Hey guys, welcome back to another LEGO Star Wars 2016 7-Step review. Guys, this time we have the Resistance X-Wing Fighter. Its set number is 75149. Is ages 8 to 14 and up. It has 740 pieces. It retails for $79.99 or $80 US. So guys, this set here is a set that a lot of people have been skeptical about, because this X-Wing here is basically the same exact X-Wing as the version of the X-Wing as Poe Dameron's X-Wing Fighter that we got Force Friday for 2015 with the Force Friday wave for the Force Awakens. So a lot of people have been skeptical about this set because of that, because this version of the X-Wing is pretty much the same exact thing, but just with a little difference. It has to do with one of the features with this X-Wing is on the back side. I'll show you guys that difference in a little bit, but the big thing about this set is that this X-Wing is basically the same. It's basically a replica or a clone of the Poe Dameron's X-Wing, the orange and black X-Wing we got back in 2015. And so, yeah, and right on top of that, this set actually retails for the same exact price as the Poe Dameron X-Wing did back in 2015. So they're both $80. So if you guys have not gotten the Poe Dameron X-Wing, the orange and black one, then you guys have a tough decision to make of which one you want to get. This one here was blue and gray, or the orange and black one that's actually Poe Dameron's official X-Wing. So I don't know, because between the two, it's kind of hard to decide which one you really want, because both of them really look cool. They look really cool, and it comes with really cool minifigures as well. So they both come with great features as well, and so it's kind of hard to decide which one you really want, because there's no really any big flaws with either of them really. And so let's get to the minifigures, and then we'll get into the main build of the set. This little main build that has to represent the little Jakku village in the very beginning of the movie, because this X-Wing is specifically shown in the very beginning of The Force Awakens with Poe Dameron, BB-8, and Lord Santeca giving Poe Dameron the map to Luke Skywalker, and when the First Order comes in and burns up the town, kills the murders the civilians, it captures Poe Dameron, and BB-8's journey on Jakku begins and such. And so, yeah, that's why this is here to represent that little village being burned and such, and that's why we get the flame trooper, and Lord Santeca, and that's why we get Poe Dameron in this specific version, because this is basically what he looks like at the very beginning of the movie. And we also get a little Easter egg here. It's his pilot helmet that he had on at the very beginning of the movie to match the X-Wing colors. It's blue, gray, and black. And so it's not his like red, black, and yellow helmet that he wore throughout the movie with his personal orange and black X-Wing. And so that's pretty cool. And so let's get on to the main figures, and then we'll get into the main build, and then after that the final thoughts. So let's go, guys. So guys, the first two main figures I'm going to show you guys is Poe Dameron and Lord Santeca, the only two main figures that are new and exclusive to the set, and the set only. Let's look at Lord Santeca first, because we've seen Poe Dameron before, but this is just a new version of him. And so let's look at Lord Santeca. And so, as you can see, he's very nicely detailed on the front and back. Very impressively made, very impressive, and very happy to get this character, because this guy is basically a big character for Star Wars The Force Awakens, especially the very beginning. And so, because he first starts off the story plot with giving Poe Dameron the fragment, the piece of the map to Luke Skywalker. And so, yeah, and that really brings out a lot of big questions about Lord Santeca, like, so where was he for all this time in the Star Wars saga, in the Star Wars universe? Like, where was he at? Because apparently he has seen the history of what has happened in the galaxy since the fall of the Republic. And so, because he foresaw the rise of the Empire, and because he knows about the Jedi and such, about the Jedi Order and the balance between the light and the dark. And so that brings out a lot of questions, making people wonder, what was he doing for all this time? What was he doing like during the Clone Wars or during the fall of the Old Republic and the fall of the Jedi? It's the rise of the dark side of the Empire, and during the Galactic Civil War between the Rebellion and the Empire. And what happened then? And what happened after the construction of the second Death Star, the fall of the Empire, and the death of Darth Vader and the Emperor? Like, what happened to him after that? And so that brings up a lot of questions for this character. Like, who is this guy? Because all we know about him right now is that he was a character that he's a very old man, and he knew about the Jedi and the Sith, and he had the back of the Skywalker. So, and apparently he didn't know about who Kylo Ren really was. That he was Ben Solo, he was once a Jedi, and turned to the dark side. That he was the son of Leia and Han. And so he basically knew who he was. And so that brings out another question, like, how do you know Kylo Ren? Did you meet him when he was a kid? Like, how do you know who he was before he became Kylo Ren? The Sith, the evil madman that has a lot of anger problems. So, yeah, that's a little bit of backstory about Lord Said Tekka. But as you can see, he's got some nice detailing. He's got the jewels and such all around his torso. He's got some straps. He's got his brown coat and such. He has blue shirt details on the torso and on the legs here. And that's a brown tan there. Took a look at the back. He's got some nice detailing for his jacket right here as well. So that's old man white hairpiece that we actually get with Count Dooku from 2013 as well. So this is not a new hairpiece. So move this guy over real quick. Take the hair off, and we actually get a double-sided face. So we get a okay face, like he's smiling, talking to Poe Dameron and such. And we get this one where he's a little sad and worried because of the flame trooper burning up the town, burning up his little village on Jakku. So yeah, that's why he has a sad and happy face and a dull sad face overall. So that's what says Tekka. Not really much to him. He does not have any weapons and such, of course, because we never saw him use any weapons in the movie, except his wise word talking, trying to protect himself from Kylo Ren, but just talking to him. Like that will ever happen. You know, like I will kill you because of your wise words. Yeah, I expect this guy to live for that long. So that's where said Tekka. Let's take a look at Poe Dameron, or this version of him. The second version we got with Poe Dameron. As you can see, he's got his jacket that fans of having for the rest of the movie, but for the first 25 minutes to 30 minutes of the movie, we see him with this jacket on. So until they crash in the TIE Fighter, until the TIE Fighter crashes on Jakku, he does not have that jacket anymore after that. But yeah, but before that, the whole time he basically had this jacket. So very nicely detailed, I gotta admit. I really like this Poe Dameron figure. Because that's hair piece and such. Very well done by Lego. It's got this little blaster pistol, of course. It would be nice if he had like a rifle, because he uses his personal rifle, but it's okay. I don't mind. It's a back details, very nicely detailed as well. Got the nice torso, like I just said. Got the pistol, everything. Nice hair piece. Nice brown legs and such. And we take the hair off to see the face. Double side face. More of an angry, determined look. Try off the flame trooper. Front look, happy face. More joyful kind of a face. Talking to Lord Tekka, probably, I would think. And so, let's blaze the hairpiece off for a moment, because we actually get his personal helmet here that he used in the very beginning of the movie, and only that time in the movie. It's because he had this blue X-Wing and such. And so, which apparently got destroyed too. So yeah, couldn't really get away. And so, this helmet is very nicely detailed as well. You don't get this helmet in any other set, so this is the only set you can get this helmet in. Very nicely detailed with the blue, and the black, and the yellow, and such on the sides. Got the Rebellion or New Republic symbol, whatever you want to call that symbol now at this point. Got the same symbol right here. Or get the gray as such. The black carrying everything, very nicely detailed. Got the yellow visor built in the helmet. Here we put the helmet on him. This is what he looks like with the helmet on. Very nicely detailed. And I'm going to leave the helmet on because we're going to eventually put him in the X-Wing, so I might as well just put the helmet on. And so, these are the first two minifigures and the exclusive minifigures to the set. The other two are not exclusive and we've gotten before, so yeah, these are the only two minifigures you get in the set that are brand new and exclusive, which is pretty interesting for this set being $80. Same that price as the Poe Dameron X-Wing, where all the minifigures in that set were new, brand new, exclusive. In this set, there's only two, so there's gonna be some skepticizing with people for that as well, but I think it's still worth $80 for what you get. So let's go into the last two minifigures, which should probably take long, but I'll show you guys them anyways. And so we'll get onto the main builds of the set and then the final thoughts. So let's go, guys. Not the camera. Well, I was about to go into the next minifigures. So let's get into the next two minifigures, guys. So guys, the last two minifigures we get in the set is BB-8, of course, and the Flame Trooper, of course, as well, to represent the little tight build we get in the set. And so, for BB-8, it's basically the same old BB-8 that we've gotten in multiple Force Awakens sets from this year and last year. And so, I don't really need to show you guys BB-8 all that much, because of different pairings of in the orange circles on each diagonal side. Headpiece is nicely detailed with the eyes and such, and the visors and everything. Headpiece comes off and such. And so that's BB-8. One of the biggest fan favorite characters from The Force Awakens. Just to let you guys know about that. You guys don't know that. And so let's go into the Flame Trooper here. Now the only difference with this Flame Trooper is that there's actually a flame piece to go with his weapon this time, which we did not get in the last set. We got the Flame Trooper in with which was the First Order transport that came with Captain Phasma, a couple of Rebel soldiers, and a couple of Flame Troopers and a couple of First Order Stormtroopers. So, yeah, this is the first time we got a Flame Trooper with an actual flame piece to go with a weapon to make him looking like he's actually torching something with his weapon, and burning something with his weapon. And so it's pretty much the same old First Order Flame Trooper, same helmet. That's detail on the helmet and everything. That's what detail. I just love the detail of these new Stormtroopers from the Force Awakens. Waco's done a fantastic job of these Stormtroopers with all the detailing and everything. They look perfect. They basically just look perfect. I just wish we got more of them in the sets we have now. And so it's got this nice backpack and such on the back. Right, the fuel cells for the flame weapon. And so the detailing on the back, I'm going to take off the backpack, but that's detailing on the back of the torso though, because they probably had seen this build with the backpack before I seen the back, so I'm not going to exactly show you guys that. That's detailing on the leg, so the front torso, that's armor detail, perfect. Then we take the helmet off, and of course, we get Angry Clone Head again. I don't know how many more times we're gonna actually get this angry clone face. I do not know how much longer we're gonna get this angry clone head. I don't know. Because I know a lot of people out there are getting pretty annoyed by having the same clone head every single time we get a Stormtrooper or a Clone Trooper. Oh man. I'm kind of skeptical about it, but it's not a big deal with me. I don't really mind it at all. If they just keep digging that head, I don't really mind it. I don't mind at all. But I know a lot of people out there that have these sets are skeptical about it, but I do completely understand that, but I don't really care. I don't really mind what heads they use for the Stormtroopers, so yeah. Because we never see their faces, so it's kind of hard to figure that out. It's kind of hard to figure out the detailing. And so, those are the last two minifigures of the set. The only two that aren't new. And so, let's go into the builds of the set and then the final thoughts. So, let's go, guys. So guys, this is the first build that we get in the set. Here is the little build that represents the little Jakku village that gets torched and put up in flames by the first order. And so it's okay. It's a nasty detail. It's okay. I think we could have gotten more of the village, but I think it's okay though. And so we got this little shovel here to put in the crate here. And then we got this other crate here as well. And of course, it has stuff in it, but it's okay. I think it's just there for looks and detail, basically. And so, the only feature that is in here is that if you use this, knock this over, there's a flame there. And so, that's what the first Order Flame Trooper is put in the set. So, so you can make it look like he is actually playing this little communication tower, wherever it is, on fire. See, I can make it look like he's playing on fire, just like that, which is pretty cool. It's a clever idea. It's a clever feature for the set. Very clever by Lego, of course. And we can actually also put Warset Tekka in there just to make him look like he's running away or something. Make it look like he's a scary kid just running away. It's the first order! I'm trying to escape! But we all know for the movie, he gets not escape, he dies, of course. Spoiler alert. He dies by the hands of Kylo Ren. Which we I don't think none of us we're surprised about. We all kind of figured that because when we first saw him get caught by the first door, and that Kylo Ren was coming towards him, I was like, yeah, he's a dead man. Yeah, he's dead. He's dead. There's no way they're gonna let him live. And I was right, of course. Kylo Ren did kill him with his tri-saber. Yeah, like he really cared. And so, that's the little mini build of the set. So let's get on to the big build you guys have been all waiting for. The cloned replica of the Poe Dameron X-Wing, the Resistance X-Wing Fighter. So let's go, guys. Okay, guys, so here's the X-Wing on the Resistance X-Wing Fighter. And so, as you can see, it's pretty much the same exact thing. So I'm not gonna really go through each feature. I'm just gonna go. I'll go look through them, but I'm not gonna look through them like I usually would in my reviews. Like very slowly, take my time, show you guys the details, tell you guys a little bit about it, because it's basically the same exact X-Wing Fighter that we got in back in 2015. So if you guys want to see my Poe Dameron X-Wing Fighter review, it's gonna be down below. I'm gonna have a link down below to that review for you guys to watch in case you want to watch the fine detail of that, because I actually reviewed that set back in September 2015. So I actually have right here the Poe Dameron X-Wing Fighter. So we're gonna do a comparison with these two. And so I'm gonna pull the camera out just a little bit so I can get the full views of them. And so as you can see, they're basically the same exact thing. Yeah. They're basically the same exact thing. Same exact design, same exact build, and when I first saw this, and like pictures of this, I was like, is this the same exact build as the Poe Dameron X-Wing? So, if I could end up building another Poe Dameron X-Wing Fighter, and of course, that's basically what I did. I just built another Poe Dameron X-Wing Fighter. And so, the only difference with these two is the back. And so, it's actually one of the features to the new X-Wing. And so, pull it over here. On this one, the back can be pulled out, but on this one, it cannot. It's actually built in, but this one here, you can pull out. Or at least if I could try pulling it out. You can't pull it out, but it's gonna be kind of tough to pull out. Kind of pull out, but you can pull it out. Here we go. And so you can pull it out from the back, and as you can see, it's a little control panel or whatever. It's like a little mini build. it's a pretty cool build. It's okay. I guess you could make it look like it was blown up, that the inside here was blown up, because basically, when Poe Dameron was trying to escape Jakku at the very beginning of The Force Awakens, the first Order Stormtrooper spy the X-Wing and started firing at it. It blew the center part of the engine, the engine reactor that starts the X-Wing and makes it go off. And when it got destroyed, Poe Dameron couldn't really escape in the X-Wing anymore because it was useless to escape in. So he first had to fight for his life to get the plans to BB-8, the map to BB-8, have BB-8 run off for his life into the middle of the desert. And Poe first sacrificed himself, but of course he didn't die. Of course not. That'd be dumb. That would probably be the dumbest move ever made by Star Wars directors and J.J. Abrams. But luckily he does survive. Kylo Ren just took him captive, basically. But basically that's what this is. It's just a little control panel, but if you guys want to remake the scene where the stormtroopers spy the X-Wing, you can make this look like it's getting blown up by pulling it out, I guess, if you want to. But that's basically what this is for. To pull it out, it had a little control panel in there. And so, that's pretty much the only difference there is between these two X-Wings is this. It's the back center part. And so, other than that, it's the same exact thing. It's the same exact vehicle. It's the same exact set. But both sets here, both X-Wings, come with little mini build. Their own mini builds. This one here came with a hangar cart with supplies and a ladder to the cockpit. This one here just has the little Jakku village staying there with the flames for the First Order flame trooper to be in. And so it's got their own differences, but not that much of a difference really, because if you guys are really concentrating on the main build, you're really getting the X-Wing, then there's not really much of a difference at all. So if you guys are army builders for the New Republic / Rebellion, if you probably wouldn't even care. You probably wouldn't even care, because I know a lot of people, ever since Force Friday came out in 2015, September, a lot of people were skeptical about why do we get this one and not the blue and white one that we saw in the teaser trailers at Celebration Anaheim last year. And so, I think I know why. I think it was because they wanted to release Poe Dameron in the pilot gear and such that we see in the teasers. So I can understand why they did that, but a lot of people still were confused, like, why didn't they not release this one instead? Well, why did they release this one here, the orange and black one, instead of the blue and white one? And so I can't understand why they did that, but I still can't understand either. So I'm glad LEGO decided to finally bring this set out this year instead of 10 years later, like they usually do. And so, just basically nothing different other than that. So I'm gonna pull aside here. And so, just have to piece off. I'm gonna pull this aside, and then I'm gonna show you guys the other features real quick. The open cockpit is naturally detailed. This is naturally detailed. Basically the same exact Lego piece. In the inside of the cockpit here, we get the fire extinguisher and a wrench in here. We get a little control panel in here showing Jakku's surface or whatever, showing that the First Order is coming or whatever that it's showing. Like prepare for landing on Jakku or something. And so we can put Poe Dameron in here real quick. Real quick here. Here's the slides right in there. Close out. That's what he looks like in there. And we get some statues on the side for weapons. So let's go and shoot these real quick. So that's what that detail's for. I'll pick those up later. And you can stick BB-8, of course, in his little cockpit here. He just sticks in there. He just sticks on in there. So which is pretty cool. In the back here, like I showed you guys already, the engines are naturally detailed, everything. Basically the same exact thing. So there's a lot of stickers to the set as well, just like the last one. Stickers all around here. Basically each wing and engine. here, all around here, here, here. Nothing on the bottom, basically, but here, here, all around here. So yeah, and right here as well, and right here. So this X-Wing does have their differences, but not really that much. So the main feature, of course, is that the wings can't open. It's basically the same mechanism like the last one. Just turn this, and there you have it. The X-Wing is in its flying mode. The landing gear is basically the same thing. Fold it out like that, and you're basically ready for flight. Poe Dameron's in there, everything. You're ready for flight. Just take off like that. It's all the spring launchers are on each wing, just like in the last one from 2015. So I'm not going to shoot them, or you know what? I'm just going to show them just for review purposes. Just show them like this. On both sides are the same thing. So yeah. So let's fold this back up. Put the landing gear back in. So that is the not the Poe Dameron, the Resistance X-Wing Fighter. So overall, this is a cool set. If you guys are really wanting to get the blue and white X-Wing to go right next to the Poe Dameron orange and black X-Wing, then I highly recommend it. And if you guys are going after the Force Awakens sets, every single one, I highly recommend getting this one too. Right next to the Encounter of Jakku set with Uncart Flight TL Ray and BB-8. So let's get into the box and then the final thoughts. So let's go, guys. So here's the box, guys. As you can see, it's a very long and big box. Very thick and long. Just like the Poe Dameron X-Wing Starfire box. As you can see, we got the Kalrang logo, Lego Star Wars logo, like always. Since 2015 Force Friday. Get the Disney logo all the way back there. Got the main figures selection right here. We got the set information on the side, the name, the set number, the age range, and the piece count. And we also have a little scene here with Jakku at the very beginning of Star Wars The Force Awakens, where it was nighttime, during the night on Jakku in the village that gets flamed up, torched. Here's of course Tekka crying, panicking, or whatever he's doing, and the flame trooper torching the little control, like the little power station, power tower, or whatever that is, and the X-Wing in flight mode, firing at the first order with Poe Dameron in there, BB-8 in there as well. And so let's take a look at the top of the box here. Got the main figure selection right there as well. Take a look at the back here. We get the Lego Star Wars advertisement that's called the Force Builder app. And we get all the NES features here. Per the same set thing. Like I showed you guys, the movable tower, the open cockpit, the pulling out, or the pull-out control panel, or whatever that is, well, me built for the back. The spoiler spheres and the opening wings. Got the translucent blue holographic design of the X-Wing from the side and the top, for the front and the back and the top. In the bottom view, and we actually get a little scene here as well, where Poe Dameron has the little fire extinguisher and try to take out the flame trooper as well. There's BB-8 right there in the background, and there's Warset Tekka panicking or whatever he's doing again. And it is on fire. This whole tower on fire. And so that's the box, guys. And so let's get on to the final thoughts. So let's go, guys. Alright, so overall, guys, this set here is a great set to have, especially if you're wanting the army build to get a lot of these X-Wings. If you guys have been looking forward to this X-Wing, then this is a perfect set to get. If you guys are looking forward to the X-Wings, to this specific one as well, I highly recommend it. If you were looking forward to this ever since Force Friday, go ahead and get this set. Even though it's $80 worth, because I'm gonna say this worth $80 because the last X-Wing that was actually Poe Dameron, the orange and black one for 2015, it was the same exact price, $80. And we got a lot, like the main build, the little ladder, the roll, and the movable spear, little cart thingy, and the X-Wing. And so I think this whole tower thing, I think it's with the ladder and the well, movie cards combined. I think that's basically worth this little baby build. Just those two little ones put together, and you get this basically, and the X-Wing. And we get gray minifigures. We get the First Order Flame Trooper again, which we haven't gotten in quite a while. The last one we got him was the First Order Transporter back in 2015 with Captain Phasma and all that. And so we haven't gotten one since, and this is a great opportunity to get another Flame Trooper. We get Poe Dameron in his new version. We get BB-8 again. Always great to have again. and we also get Lorsan Tekka, which was a highly anticipated minifigure for Lego Star Wars. And so I think the set's worth it, the $80 basically. It's got the X-Wing. It's got the differences between the two, but I think this is still worth it, even though you're basically getting the same exact build. I think it's still worth the $80. Right after all the other sets from this wave, some of them are a little pricey, but there's a couple that are a little pricey, but there's still sets that are worth the money that they're actually being sold for on the market today. And so I'm gonna rate this set, guys, a 10 out of 10. I highly recommend this. This is the perfect set. It's got the minifigures so actually you would expect it to have. Great minifigures, great features. The X-Wing. I don't think Lego could have done anything different with this one with this X-Wing, because this is the best X-Wing that Lego has made to date. Right next to the Poe Dameron or the Black X-Wing. I loved the X-Wing because when I first built it, I enjoyed the build, and I enjoyed building this as well. And I don't see any problem with the X-Wing, with this X-Wing basically, because I have the 2006 Luke Skywalker Rebel X-Wing Fighter, the red and white one, and that one was okay, but I didn't get the 2012 version, but I may try to get that one later on down the road. Because that was the only X-Wing I had until I got the Poe Dameron one, and I was like, wow, this is very, very detailed. I like this one. Anyway, I built this one. I basically felt the same way. I had a lot of fun flying around. You're flying this one around as well. Just playing with it a little bit. And so I got the feel with it. I got the feel to it. Flying the X-Wing again, and I basically love this set. This is basically one of my favorite sets out of this wave, right next to the Captain Rex's ATT, the Clone Turbo Tank, and the TIE Advance vs. A-Wing Starfire. And so that's gonna be it, guys. So be sure to try, subscribe, and comment down below on my channel. And I'll see you guys in the next LEGO Star Wars 2016 set review, or minifigure review, or any other videos I make, vlogs, update videos, whatever I make down the road. And so have a great day, guys. Bye.